Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 7th grade concept of simple and compound spaces. This is standard 7.6a in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 3 off the 2016 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So Bailey is rolling a number cube and flipping a coin for a probability experiment. And so let's just label this real quick. We've got two possible outcomes. And so when we're looking at simple events that create simple spaces, so that is a simple event that has just one possible outcome: flipping a coin, rolling a number cube. But the second you get two or more possible outcomes, we're looking at a compound event. So we're going to be looking to create a compound sample space because there's two things we're looking for here: a number cube and flipping a coin. So it's a little bit more complicated than, oh, flipping a coin, heads and tails. More than that. So we know the faces of the number cube are labeled 1 through 6, so that's just your standard dice. The coin can land on heads or tails, standard coin. And if Bailey rolls the number cube once, flips the coin once, which list contains only the outcomes in which, look at this right here, we can read everything, and if we skip this, we are out of luck. So we need a number cube that lands on a number greater than 4. We have to notice what's missing in that as well. Because look, you got your number cubes right here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are all your possible outcomes for your number cube. But we want a number that is greater than 4. You notice they did not say greater than or equal to, which means we're not going to include 4. We are going to simply say greater than 4, which means we are not using those 4 options. We're only going to use the 5 or the 6. So if we use the 5 and the 6, I'll just do a tree diagram. We could do it up and down, but most of the time we see it kind of 5 and 6 are kind of sitting on the side, and then the tree diagram branches off to the side. But you can do up or down as well. So this is our first event, right? We're going to roll the number cube. We've got two possible outcomes. At this point, there's only two possible outcomes of 5 or 6. But we need to flip the coin second. So when we flip the coin, we could possibly get a heads, or we can possibly get a tails if we get a 5. There's no other option for our coin. Coins are pretty easy. We use them for probability all the time simply because they only have two possible outcomes. So when we're looking at the second row right here, we've got two possible outcomes right here: 5 heads, 5 tails. But we also know that we could get a 6. And so we could just repeat that: 6 heads, 6 tails. So when we look at this second column here, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 heads, 5 tails, 6 heads, 6 tails. We've got 4 possible outcomes that meet this criteria of the number cube has to land on a number greater than 4. Now, which of these lists, so these sample spaces here, they're just listing out rather than with a tree diagram. Look what we have for A: 5 heads, 5 tails, 6 heads, 6 tails. That looks pretty good. So I'm thinking that's probably it, but it's always dangerous when your answer is A because it's easy to kind of skip over B, C, and D. Let's look at those real quick. So B, 5 and 6, look at this right here. This works right here, 5 and 6. This works because we've got numbers greater than 4. But what about my 5 tails? See, we're missing that. And what if we have our 6 heads? So it doesn't list everything. It just lists one option. So that's not going to work. Most of you are saying that C doesn't work because it includes all of this stuff right here. And D is so close, but look, it includes the 4. We need number greater than 4, not greater than or equal. Our answer is A.